in day 2 of this NYC Pause program. 100% of the non-essential workforce has been shut down. No one's supposed to go to their jobs. I wanted to get out and just see what was going on in my neighborhood. You know, I'd say the past 2 days since the Pause program, New York is kind of trying to figure out what's next. I think the governor is doing a good job shutting things down, but at least in the past 2 or 3 days, it seems like they haven't been rolling out all the stops that they were last week. Last week, at first we had gatherings of 500 more shut down, and then it was bars shut down, and then it was restaurants shut down. And then by the end of the week, fully 100% of non-essential businesses were shut down. I'm still not sure what's going on with the construction sites. I live in a neighborhood where there's a lot of construction, and these guys are like jam-packed into tight areas. I don't know why they haven't shut these things down. I don't know why the local government hasn't said just to put the end on it right now. I'm sure a lot of these guys don't want to work, but like they have to, otherwise they're going to lose their jobs. It makes no sense to me. I think serious consideration has to be made for, if we're doing a stimulus, giving some of these guys checks. They're exposing themselves every day, going out doing this stuff. I don't understand why they have to keep going. It's not essential to have a building go up at this moment. I think at this point it's like a wait and see to see if New York has to go to any further lockdown measures. I check the numbers every day, and obviously the US numbers are steadily rising, and then with that, New York. I heard that New York is now the epicenter of the outbreak in America. Potentially, if it keeps going this way and the US numbers eclipse Italy and maybe even China, then New York could be the epicenter of the world. There are still people going out, and I kind of wonder, are people getting the message not to go out in groups, or are people just being defiant? I've been kind of wondering if they're gonna lock down certain areas of the city, make it so you can't go past certain areas, checkpoints. I would say for the most part, people are obeying the gatherings, at least in my neighborhood. When I walked into Williamsburg, which is usually a little bit more active though, that did look a little bit less than normal, but people were still out. People were in the parks. I didn't see any large gatherings like soccer games or, you know, any of that type of stuff, but there was a good amount of people out. You know, walking around, it's hard to kind of tell if weird things are happening, because in New York City, there's always something happening, and there's always weird things happening. I see tons and tons and tons of plastic hospital gloves all over the place. New York has never been known to be hygienic in the streets. People pollute all over the place. But I don't understand in this time where we're all trying to like pull together why people are ripping their gloves off and just throwing them on the ground. I don't know if people are throwing them on top of those trashes that are like a little bit high and maybe they're falling off, but it's not really an excuse to me. It's like, you gotta find a way to make sure those don't end up on the ground, because then someone else has to pick it up. I really have a lot of respect for the people who are just going out there doing the blue collar jobs right now, the police, the fire department, the garbage guys. Like, I saw a garbage guy doing the thing. You know, these basic utilities keep the city running. I mean, obviously, it goes without saying the medical professionals, but just seeing like the garbage guy going out and doing their day in, day out jobs, I really respect it. I've lived here in New York over 10 years, and I've never seen anything like this in this city. The closest thing was probably Hurricane Sandy, and that was probably one day of panic shopping, and then a couple of days of picking up the debris. The tough thing about this is we just don't really know what's gonna end, and it could be an extended time. It's been at least a week or two since things were really normal in the city, and I think people are settling in. I think we're gonna figure it out, and all we can really do is take it one day at a time. Just deal with each moment as they come.